Alright guys, today we're going to be reacting to Goresh's 13 Dokkan hot takes. So you can let me know down in the comments if he's spitting or if he's very, very cold. Because what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold! If you don't know what song that's from, you're too young, go culture yourself. While you're down there as well, don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new, and let me know down in the comments your hottest take on Dokkan.
Let's do this!
So last night, Goresh put out a tweet saying thread of 13 Dokkan hot takes as promised from my summon video yesterday. Number 1, the hidden potential system needs to be revamped ASAP, with a lot of recent units having most mechanics built into their kits already. A lot of the buffs from the hidden potential system don't feel even as half as powerful as they were when the system originally dropped. Facts. Straight facts. Think about how many new units, from new summonable units, from TURs to LRs to Carnival LRs to EZAs, where the unit has a chance to additional, a chance to crit already built in, or already has dodge chance and crit chance built in, or dodge and additional chance built in, or guaranteed additional crit chance and dodge chance. Now, does it make the potential system null and void? No. But I feel like, and as Goresh says here, as powerful as when the system originally dropped, it means pulling a dupe in a new unit, or having a dupe in units the EZA, but more so the new units, is kind of less important than ever. I feel like back in the day, if you pulled a dupe in a new unit, it was massive. It was almost as big as pulling the unit for the first time, just because you knew how much better that unit is going to get. Now, it doesn't make the potential system useless or anything, but you know, if a unit is already super attacking 2-3 times in a turn just from his kit and already has like a 50% chance to crit as it is, you know, yeah, you could go full dodge on that unit, but the potential system isn't having as much as an impact as Goresh is making his point here as it used to. Now, in terms of revamping or readjusting the potential system, how could they do that? I'm really not sure. Really not sure. But this is something I definitely agree with. Number 2, a summon animation skip button is more badly needed than any gameplay functionality adjustment / change. It's kind of mad how we don't have a skip button yet when summoning, considering the game is 9 years deep. I don't think it's badly needed than any gameplay functionality or adjustment. For example, friend system and probably some other things. I do agree that we should have one. I mean, I know this kind of helps out people who spend a lot of money on the game, a lot more than anyone else. You know, there's probably a time where, you know, Steve has been saving his stones. I don't know why I went with Steve. Steve has been saving his stones for months and months and months for the 9th anniversary. He has thousands of stones. He's finally going to summon. And unless he's getting like featured animation or guaranteed new unit animations, he's probably going to want to skip. But I do feel like we need one. Is it the most important change we need? No. But I do feel like by now we should probably have one. There is such a thing as too much content. Dokkan is a game that is not designed to be played for hours and hours every single day. For every person who complains that there is not enough content, there are probably 10 people who think there is too much. Facts! Goresh, when you were writing these, were you wearing a chef's hat and a chef's apron? Were you cooking with fire? I've said this year in, year out, especially with the anniversary. The amount of times, whether it's been stream, or maybe just in a passing comment down in the comments on YouTube from a video where it's been like, oh, there's not really a lot to do. That can mean, number 1, you didn't pull the new unit, which is a bit shit, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to do. And then you've done every piece of new content as soon as it dropped, which then leaves you, for however long the celebration is going on for, depending on what the celebration is, you don't really have much to do until there is more or the next celebration happens. Dokkan is a mobile game. Mobile games are made to capture your attention for like a little bit, maybe like an hour or 2 a day. You play like for a little bit, put the phone down, your iPad down, your tablet down, whatever it is, come back to it again hours later another day. You're not made, or it's not made for you to sit there and bang out like playing Warzone or League of Legends or Fighters or whatever else. 100% agree with this. The amount of time I've had people during an anniversary be like, oh, there's not a lot of stuff to do. Is that because you've done it all? Yeah. You know, when Red Zone first dropped during the 9th anniversary, sorry, the 7th anniversary, you weren't made, like, it wasn't made for you to beat there and then. You know, it was a massive power curve, a massive peak, where it was supposed to be one of those things of, if you couldn't do it now, you know, maybe you'll pull some new units, maybe you'll finally pick up the anniversary units, which were a big help against it, especially the gods. You know, maybe some new EZAs would come out. You would bolster your units, bolster your account, come back and try again. Hence why there was daily limits and daily caps, which I really wish they removed completely from the old events, but that's neither here nor there. But then attempt again, try again, finally beat it. So I 100% agree with this. Facts. Number 4. There is too steep of a learning curve for new players in Dokkan. Opening a unit's detail screen and being greeted by 4 tabs of paragraphs, transformations, 9 different conditions, links, categories, etc. would turn me off the game as a new player. The game is mechanically bloated, which is not surprising after 9 years, but something should be done to help new players ease into the game better. I'll be real, I've never really thought about this. I mean, just naturally, obviously, just been playing the game for as long as I have. But I can kind of see where he's coming from. Is it too steep of a learning curve? Maybe not. But I do see his point. You know, if I was a new player hopping into the game, let's just say I pulled one of the new anniversary units, for example, and I'm sitting there reading, okay, this is Beast Gohan's leader skill. Okay, he gives an additional 30% to units who also belong to these 2 categories. Who's on all of these categories? Cool. Oh, he has 2 super attacks, whereas TURs have 1. Okay, this one does this one does that. Okay, now I have to go for his passive, which is like the length of a book. And he does this, and this, and this, and this. And then you have to know what those mean. For example, additionals, the chances, damage reduction, guard, etc, etc, etc. Oh, he has these links. What do these do? Those are not so difficult to figure out, but here's his links. Oh, he also has an active skill. How does that work? Okay, you have to get your HP down to this, and then it does this and this and this. Okay, cool. Oh, there's finish and standbys. What do these do? This, do you know what I mean? So I kind of get where he's coming from. I've never really thought about it. So could I say it's a hot take? I don't know about saying I don't know if I agree with is it being too steep of a learning curve. I do think there's a lot of information. I mean, naturally, again, as he said, not surprising after 9 years. Could there be better ways to ease new players in? 100%. I feel like if there was a tutorial-esque update, kind of like the version Z update where there was rewards, maybe a free-to-play unit at the end for completing the whole tutorial, that would give them more incentive to do it while learning the core mechanics of the game, learning what active skills are, what do they do, transformations, finish and standbys, etc, etc, etc. So I do feel like that's a good point. Do I think it's too steep? Not sure about that. I'm going to consider it a hot take though, because I've actually never thought about this. I mean, naturally, considering I'm not a new player. Number 5, no matter how much Dokkan pushes actual content, the collection aspect of the game will always retain more importance than the functionality of units in events in games. Personally, yes, I agree with this. For me, 100%. I know, and especially you see this on Twitter, there are people who value how good a unit is, how, you know, how much or how good of a unit within the meta are they, how good do they perform in the hardest bits of content, and that is the only piece of value that people give to these units outside of, oh, that's my favorite unit, or maybe these animations are like some of the best in the game. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, pretty much the value is put on how good are these units in the actual content more than anything else. But personally, for me, in the back of my mind, subconsciously on Dokkan, there will always be, okay, I'm missing some units. What units am I missing? I'm summoning on a new banner. I don't have that unit. Oh, sick, I finally pulled that unit. Do I have much use for you now? No, but it's sick that I finally pulled you. Like, there's been numerous times where there's been a unit that is 2 years old where I'm like, I don't need you no more, but it's sick that I finally pulled you. Like, there have been times I've generally spin on the game, and then before I close it, I look through my box. I'm like, oh, this is sick. And I'm like, oh, there's some units missing there. I wish I could like fill them out. So I personally, for me, I agree with this. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree. But I agree with this. Because at the end of the day, it's a gacha game. It's all about collecting. You know, gotta catch some more and shit. Just like Pokemon to us. An official way for Dokkan to be played on PC would be more important update than anything we've ever seen in the past. I would love an update or an official way for Dokkan to be played on PC. Like, I can't lie. When you're out and about, won't lie to you. Man don't have a power bank. Should probably get one. But listening to music and playing Dokkan at the same time, it can drain your battery, especially for long journeys. But I would just love a way to play Dokkan on PC, especially just with a mouse, you know, ease of use, you know, those kind of things. Bigger screen, without actually having to like fork out bare money for like an iPad or something. I don't think it would be an important update than anything we've ever seen in the past, but I would like a way of playing Dokkan on the PC. Simple as that, but I don't think it would be the biggest or most important update we've seen for Dokkan. Number 7, sport memory should only contain scenes that have absolutely no chance of being included as parts of obtainable units in the future. Facts. Facts. Who told Goresh to spit? Might as well call him Eminem right now because he is spitting facts. No one in Dokkan wants the exact same animation to be straight ripped and straight reused. Unless the unit's like really old and needs that kind of new, you know, new lick of paint, new bit of polish, which we've seen before, that's going to happen. But having a support memory, which is like a very small part of the gameplay aspect, take some like hype animations, not that there's many, that could easily go to a unit counterpart, which will obviously be what people summon for, will be more hype, will look better, will be seen more on like super attacks and active skills and transformations, etc. This is 100% true. Could they easily just reuse it again or put it in with something else? Yeah. But no one wants it, as I said, to just be used twice. 100%. 100%. Only use animations that have no chance of being used as a unit on support memories, and keep the ones that will be and the hype ones to the summonable units when they're going to mean more, when we're going to be seeing these animations more, and they're going to be more hype. 100%. Tier lists are near meaningless and only serve to garner attention. They provide almost no valuable information whatsoever, but are still more valuable than Legends tier lists. Now, I can't lie to you, I don't play Legends, so that bit is not for me. But yeah, facts. I've never watched a tier list video, and I've watched a variety of tier list videos, from a couple Dokkan ones to game ones to UK chocolate bars. As dumb as that sounds, I'm not sitting there being like, oh yeah, I really learned a lot from this. My favorite YouTuber said, you know, Whispers aren't the best chocolate. They're in D tier. I'm not going to buy them no more. No, of course not. Of course not. They're just there for attention. They're there for a bit of entertainment. Facts. Facts. If you're sitting there playing Dokkan and you're sitting there waiting for your favorite YouTuber to tell you what the best unit in the game is, or what's the difference between 2 and 3, no. No, go play the game. Go play the game. Learn for yourself. They're literally there for like attention and views, which is completely fine because they're entertainment. Facts. Keep spitting. Every mode in the game should serve some sort of purpose that differentiates itself from every other game mode. If there is little to no distinction between two modes, one of them should be removed or they should be combined. Facts! He's still spitting. Goresh is still spitting. Literally just the other day I was thinking about SBR and ESBR and I was like, these events are literally the exact same. Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road are the exact same. The only difference is because SBR came out first, it's easier than ESBR. Don't know if it would be, you know, useful to combine the two, but they are literally the exact same event. Just one is slightly easier than the other, and you get 2 sets of rewards, which is always nice because it means more stones. Like, even something as very face value as how I test units out currently on Global, which is use them against Red Zone Fusion Zamasu, use them against Shadow Dragon and Mega, is because there's a big difference. Fusion Zamasu, by sheer stats alone, is more difficult quicker than a Mega Shenron. But Fusion Zamasu is one of the most difficult events on global, but is very short. Shadow Dragon Omega can also be very difficult, but it's a longer event. It helps units, or is more suited to units that are able to take time to build up. There is a difference. As I said, even using, like, for example, recently we got Easy A Strength Super Vegeta. He absolutely decimated Fusion Zamasu. I still tram in against something like Omega Shenron because it's a much longer event. He has 5-turn guard on entry. Once that's gone, how are you going to do when, Omega Shenron's doing 500k, multiple AoEs, and over a mil on a super? How are you going to fare then? So I 100% agree with this. 100% agree with this. Even something as small as like the growth tab, you're hopping into some of these which do play the exact same, but you're hopping into one of the events to get skill orbs, you're hopping into another like the Guru event to get a boost on link levels and help your link leveling out. I agree with this. I agree with that a lot. Keep cooking. Number 10. More so than balance is way more important than each premium unit, Dokkan Fest and Sunnable LRs has its own form of identity. Each unit should feel unique to use and have a playstyle associated with them. I feel that over the past year and a half or so, this has been lost as most units come with a standard package of common abilities. I'm not gonna lie, I hear this. I don't know how much I agree with it, but I hear this. There used to be a massive difference between summoning for a Dokkan Fest and summoning for a yellow coin LR. One of the biggest things is there are far more LRs in the game than there's ever been, so it's a lot more diluted. Can you feel a difference between like an anniversary LR and a standard Dokkan Fest? Yes, because you're like really supposed to. But back in the day, there was a huge difference. Back in my day, massive big difference between like an LR and a Dokkan Fest. The only thing is, how would you get it back to that? Because of how deep we are into Dokkan and what all these different units can do, from standard TUR Dokkan Fests to Easy A's, even to Carnival LRs to Dokkan Fest LRs. How could you go back to that? Like, the only massive difference, and this is the most obvious one as I mentioned, is how good like an anniversary LR is compared to like a standard Dokkan Fest. How good they are compared to like yellow coin LRs and Easy A's, because they're meant to be that good. So I get what he's saying. I really do get what he's saying there. Number 11, I've made this point before, but as a free-to-play player, there is no reason to ever summon for any villain character from a pure value standpoint. Superclass teams will always have the superior rosters and synergy until every villain link set is revamped. Again, I hear this. We've all been shouting it for years. Dokkan, you need to show more love to extreme class units. When it comes to superclass units, primarily like Saiyan units, Super Saiyan units, they're going to age far better than any other extreme unit or an extreme counterpart in the same celebration, just because they have a much more of a wider variety of teams. They are far easier to link, and superclass units, there are more of them compared to extreme class units that are on that same level. And as I said, it helps the unit age a lot better. And as I said, from a pure value standpoint, like how, the value of them performing in game compared to, oh, I don't know, Frieza's my favorite character. Or for me, Rosé's like my favorite villain, so I'm going to summon for him. From just how good is that unit going to be and how good is he going to be in 6 months to a year, superclass units are always going to be on top. We said this for years. For years. Even if we take the 9th anniversary most recently, Broly is very good. But what unit is going to last longest? Beast Gohan and Gogeta and potentially the Gammas as well. Just because those superclass teams are forever being buffed. More so the Saiyan units, because they're always going to be coming out, because Goku's the main character. You have Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan, all of them units. They are Saiyans. Or they can also fall under the bracket of Super Saiyans, Power Beyond the Super Saiyan, those kind of categories, and then all the other categories they fall under as well. No, I hear this, he's right. As I said, for years we've been shouting about how extreme units need more love, which is 100% true. 100% true. Yeah, there's sometimes an anomaly that maybe lasts a bit longer, but from just, again, from a pure value standpoint, maybe outside of, is that your favorite character? Is that your favorite villain? Or are his animations like really sick? Superclass units will always have more value than extreme class units. Especially for free-to-play players where stones are a finite resource compared to if you'll spend money on the game. So the penultimate take, characters with the same name should be able to link with each other, but the same exact character should not have that ability. I.e., a leader plus friend unit rotation of the same character should not be able to link. Okay. I hear that. Characters with the same name should be able to link with each other, but the same exact character should not have that ability. No, I get that. I get that. And I think he's right. I feel like when we had the same name update, however many years ago it was great because it made team building a lot more fluid, a lot more creativity. It added to team building like an extra layer. And it gave you more options to use units you wanted to use. I hear that. Having different units with the same name, Broly's a common one for this, Goku's a common one for this because he's the main character, so there's always going to be loads of Gokus in the game. With the game forever being even more diluted with characters of the same name, even if from a different arc, different moment. Facts. Goresh is still speaking facts. He's cooking with fire right now. Not having the leader and a friend rotation of the same unit not link, I get that. Kind of adds a balance, like a balancing in there. But I feel like it would add, again, another new layer to team building. It would give you a bit more freedom, a bit more creativity to use all of these different units that are in Dokkan, because there is loads. And unfortunately, some of these units fall under the same name. And they could add different aspects to your team build that another unit couldn't, that is of a separate name. Or you might just like be like a big fan of, I don't know, Trunks and want loads of Trunks units on your team, and some of them have the same name and they won't link and it just ruins your team build. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I just want to run a full Vegeta team and some of them have the same name and I want to run both. So yeah, this I agree with 100%. And the final take, number 13, setting a trend of giving out rewards for hitting top grossing in the app/Play Store was a mistake. I kind of get where he's coming from, but at the same time, I'm going to come from a standpoint of who doesn't want free stones. For example, this comment here, like I literally read it while I was talking about this. I disagree this Dokkan only reaches top grossing because we spend money on the game. Giving out rewards is the least they could do. In fact, I think they should out more than they do. Give out more than they do. And Brett rewards still should be like 50 stones. I don't feel like... I think top grossing is a good thing. You know, it's not just people who spend money on the game. You know, it does. I'm pretty sure it does take into consideration everyone who's like summoning on like a new banner. But who doesn't want rewards? Who doesn't want stones back? Would it be nice to sometimes get more? As a global player, getting 7 is a bit shit. 100%. But they just have to stay consistent with that of what each version or both versions going to get. We're probably going to see that once the sync happens. No, I like top grossing. It gives people an incentive to summon. It gives people incentive to kind of go out their way and do the most during these celebrations, which only shows how invested players are when a new unit drops in a celebration, which is only a good thing relaying back to Dokkan, if that makes sense. So I don't know about that one. I feel like that's going to be a finicky one with a lot of people because it means, you know, oh, they shouldn't have done it, so which means we don't get stones. I get that. But for 13 takes, I can't lie, Goresh barely missed. I agree with a lot of takes Goresh put in this thread. He did not miss. Hardly ever. He was spitting straight facts. Well done, Goresh, because I've seen a lot of waffle in the timeline when it comes to hot takes, where I generally laugh or I have to close the app. And I don't go on Twitter or X a lot. That's saying something. But I can't lie, he barely missed. Are some of these hot takes though? Maybe not, but I don't see a lot of people actually talking about some of the things he's spoken about. So I'm going to say they're hot takes. And I said he was, for the most part, spitting nothing but facts. But you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a good rest of your day. And... peace.